on the behalf of West Nepal, today we are going to welcome Boishali Sinha, production designer from Bollywood industry. And she has done movies like Rowdy Rathod, Total uh, Sipas, and Gabbar is Back, Yara Silly Silly, Silk and Duster. Boishali was interested in fine arts and movies since science involves making sets. She explains how one can pursue a career in production designing. Production designers are responsible for creating and managing the visual aspects of the film, television, theater production. They work closely with the director and producer to create the design style for assets such as shades, graphics, props, lighting, and costumes. And you are most welcome to my program, Vaishali.
Thank you so much. I'm really, really glad to be a part of this program. And I say a big hi and namaste to all your viewers in
Yeah.
Nepal and in my country and everywhere people are watching. I'm really glad. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Okay.
much for inviting.
Okay, Vaishali Sinha, the impressive lockdown contributions are made by Bollywood actors and actor.
Right.
It's amazing. What is your stand on this?
See, when a nation is in trouble or when the entire world is in trouble, everybody should help it, I think. Irrespective of the government or irrespective of anybody else, I think it's best to support the humanity, and that's what we are doing. That's what people are at least trying to do. I don't know if everybody is succeeding in doing so or not, but then people are trying to help each other.
Okay, your journey from Delhi to Mumbai, very amazing, right? So how did you become production designer?
So my journey is from Delhi to France to Bombay, in
Oh,
fact.
Mumbai. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So Delhi, I did my bachelor in fine arts. So
Mhm.
my career started from Delhi, where I was exhibiting and painting. I did my school, my bachelor's, and then my after studies I did in France. So I was in France for like 5 years. I studied in Paris. I studied in Rennes, and then I came back. Like in 2011 end or 12 beginning, I came back and I was in Delhi. So like everybody was wondering what next, how to do, and a lot of people do not know about the production design or do not know about the career choice which can be made when they take up art as a subject. So that is when I realized, when I had heard about art direction from my father a lot of time. So I just wanted to know what exactly is it. Films were interesting, although I was not really interested in films. But then when I went there, I didn't had anybody. I didn't had any godfather or anybody. I just sent my CV to two people, and I was selected for two films. There was one was Rowdy Rathod, and the other one was I think Teri Meri Kahani. It was by Shahid Kapoor and Priyanka Chopra. So I chose Rowdy Rathod, and apparently Rowdy became one of the best hits of that time. It crossed 100 crores and all and things like that. So
Okay.
yeah,
How many years did you stay in France?
5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
Okay. And how did you work with Wasif Khan and
Yeah.
Akshay Kumar? Yes, please, can you explain in detail what?
Vasik sir was my first boss, the first production designer whom I assisted, because Rowdy was my first film when I assisted. I
Mhm.
had just forwarded my CV. I randomly connected through him. He was a Delhiite also, not that it mattered. But then I sent my CV. He told me, you need a lot of strength, a lot of perseverance when you come into this field because there is no timing,
Okay.
and it's very difficult for a woman to survive and all. I said, I mean, you'll see me basically. So that's what I told him. He said, yeah, why not join? And then ever since there was no looking back. In fact,
Okay, Vaishali ma'am, you have a very intimate relationship with Akshay Kumar. Am I right?
uh, we have a good friendship actually. We would rather put it this way. He has been a very good friend. He has been a very good mentor, and I follow him in life. I see him as a mentor actually rather.
Okay, your best actor.
Sorry.
Your best actor is
My,
Akshay Kumar.
my best human being would be Akshay, actually.
Okay, and what is the difference between an art director and production designer?
So, when we work in India, the production designer concept, and when we work abroad, the production designer concept are totally different, in fact. So when I was in France, and when I worked for 2 or 3 different films, French films, which I had worked for. So there, it's like the entire look and feel of the film. So it's like the costumes, the lighting, of course the set design, the props and all. Everything you have to do that. And an art director works very closely with the production designer. But in India, till now, the terms are not too much different. In fact, they are used for the same purpose only,
Mhm.
but only the terminology has changed.
Okay. And you know, though, what should one do to become a production designer?
So one should really have passion. That's the first thing. Like
Yeah.
extreme passion, because there are no time limits. There is a lot of physical, mental, all kinds of work that goes through. I mean, we have shot for like 48 hours non-stop as well. We don't get sleep properly. We have to work really hard. So that passion is the first thing. No matter what degree, diploma, whatever you take, if you don't have the passion for it, you'll not survive. I think it's for most of the cases when we do, but this thing requires an extraordinary passion. Filmmaking needs extraordinary passion to survive. So that is one thing. Other than that, of course, you have to have a basic degree of either fine arts or architecture or interior. 3 of them, which are the criteria. And after that, of course, it's how you visualize a thing. The better you visualize, the better things are. In fact.
Okay. Boishali ma'am, do you have a team or you're single? I mean, in this, yeah, do you have a team?
We all have a team, but the team keeps on changing also, depending upon the time period or the available time.
Mhm. Okay. How do you feel when the sets are torn apart after the film is completed?
That's a very good
Yeah.
question, actually. And
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, nobody had asked me yet. How do you feel once after you make a set, you give your blood and sweat, and then it's torn apart? I used to feel very, very bad. Till date, I feel very bad, because it's like you created something and to break it into pieces without even giving it a second thought. It
Mhm.
has everything, but then yes, when you record it, when it's on camera, so it stays throughout. Just the probably it's like death only, probably the soul stays but the body goes. That's how it happens.
Okay, dear audiences, today we have a very special guest. She's the production director, production designer of Bollywood, and Boishali Sinha. Boishali Sinha, sir, you are most welcome to my program, and most of the audiences they are keep watching around the globe. And have you been inspired by any film, any actor, any actress?
So I have never been inspired by anybody, but yes, I have been. I see how people struggle. I see how people survive. So the survival instinct is what I would pick up from any survivor, I think. And it's like I mean, since I was very young, I had this never give up attitude. Like John Cena says, you don't give up. So the moment you give up, you lose it. If you don't give up, you don't lose. That's simple
Okay,
in the
yeah,
films.
yeah.
So basically, it's the whole look and feel of the
Mm,
entire film. So it's like it starts with very basic script. When you sit with a script breakdown, you visualize how things should look. You visualize a character, what costume he should wear, what how he should look like, or how my background is going to be. How is it going to make this thing look much better? In
mhm.
fact, how my character will look much better if I put this color. So at times we have gray characters where we match to the whole color scheme and all. At times we have a very bubbly and happy character, so we have to stick to that color scheme or the aesthetical pattern. So it varies. There are a lot of things which we have to go through. There's a lot of thought process which we have to go through when we see a film set or when we make a film set.
Okay. Any film you wish you had done?
Sorry.
Any film you wish you had done?
Any film I wish I had done? Good question. See, I mean, every time you see a film, you have your own perspective. You have your own point of view. You say you could have done this better, or you could have done that better, but you don't know what the person or what the particular production designer was in the situation. So you can't really comment. It's not that I could have done it better, but there are few things which I mean, there is one or two directors with whom I would love to work with, like Imtiaz Ali. I love his film, the way he does everything. So, of course, but then if you say, I mean, I'm happy with the films that I have, in fact, done throughout.
Okay, Boishali ma'am, how the days are going on currently. We all are, Nepal and India is in lockdown. We are following the lockdown properly. So how the days are going on?
See, mentally, the lockdown is like crazy, totally, because I have never stayed at home. I mean, it's not about work only or something like that, but I have never personally never stayed at home for so long. I cannot, but I had to because of something which I wouldn't have expected to happen at this point of time. I mean, nobody would have expected something like this to happen. Some virus comes out. It's like a film. That a virus comes up and it kills so many people, and all of you are inside a house, locked down. You can't do this, you can't do that. It's a very difficult situation. Whether you speak of mental health, whether you speak of economy, it's a very difficult situation, and we have a long way to go to recover, because there is no vaccine yet. We don't know how do we control it. So it's a very long way to recover, I think.
Okay. So, Boishali ji, beyond this, Prof have any future plan, to make a film as a director? Yes.
Of course. See, I have a production house called S Square Productions as well. So under it, there are 2-3 films lined up, 2-3 television commercials lined up, which were supposed to happen at this time, but of course it got postponed. So as soon as everything gets fine enough, keeping all the rules in mind, we will get back to shooting. It won't stop, of course.
Okay. Hey, it is very easy to survive doing just one film.
See, it depends. No, it's not easy to survive doing just one film. It's something you have been doing throughout. See, I'm into education sector also. I'm working with a very with an institution very closely to see their visual art forms and other things. And then I was with Ministry of Culture as well. So as an advisor, as a consultant. So there are things which are happening side by side also. Education is something which always interested me. It changes a person from the grassroots. It always helps.
Okay, we have last question. A Bollywood actor and actresses fall in love with Nepal and Nepalese, particularly Devananda, Malasina, who even married to Nepalese. There are more in my thinking. Nepalese audiences is still looking for actor like Devananda. Will you be one of like him?
See, I mean, I have seen many Nepali actresses who are really, really beautiful. I mean, talking about Manisha Koirala, as a child, I used to adore her. She is still so much beautiful. So much of natural beauty. There was nothing unnatural at that point of time. But yes, sure. See, Nepal and India, we share a very good relation, I think, be it political or social, and it's a beautiful country. I would also love to go and shoot there someday, probably.
Okay, would you like to visit Nepal
I would love
after
to.
COVID-19?
I would love to, definitely.
Okay, you are most welcome to Nepal.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, have anything to share to the globe and the audiences who are watching you right now?
So, yeah, I would ask them to stay safe, in fact, concentrate on your passion, and don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, because losing hope is something which does not help. Be strong. I mean, there are good times which we pass through, there are bad times which we pass through. So, it's just a bad time which we will pass through, but everything will gradually be fine. And I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to so many people throughout, and to let me speak and interact with people from a different country altogether also. So I would thank you really.
Thank you, Boishali Sinha ji, for your significant time.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Okay. Dear audiences, today we have a very special guest, amazing guest, and one of the star from the Bollywood, and Boishali Sinha. She's the production designer. Okay. Please share your information, and you can share your advice to the westnepal@gmail.com and sbtamrakar@westnepal@gmail.com. Thank you. Thank you so much, Boishali ji.
Thank you.